Welcome everybody to season 3, episode 1 of The Hot Seat. Today we have Mr. Smith and we're going to interview him and ask him about his life. Are you excited, Mr. Smith?
Excited for...
Do you have a pretty good spice tolerance?
Oh, this is that show.
Yes, this is that show.
I mean, I guess I've had spicy food a couple times in my life.
Once or twice?
Yeah.
All right, should we dive right in and start with the first wing?
Sure.
All right, this one is called pickled garlic sriracha.
Pickled garlic sriracha.
This one should be pretty mild.
Which one do you want me to eat?
This one.
You sure you don't want me to start here?
I mean, if you really want to.
Oh.
Okay.
Pickled garlic sriracha, you say?
So, most students probably don't know that you were in the Navy.
Yep.
Before you became a teacher. Is there anything that you took from being in the Navy that you've applied to the classroom?
Most of what happened in the Navy I can't tell you about. But I will say a lot of the stuff that you learn is about interacting with people, overcoming adversity, just a lot of general kind of universal lessons, you know. I don't think it has to be the Navy, but I think everybody has to do something to grow up, and that really helped me to grow up fast.
All right. How was that sauce?
Yeah, I think I got the spiciest one first. That was
Really?
That was awful.
Really?
Yeah, so hot.
You're joking.
I've almost finished my water.
All right, so I can sense some sarcasm, but let's try the next one.
Oh, wow. We were just really
Jumping right
moving.
into it.
Okay, so what's this one?
This one is Hot House hot sauce.
Here we go.
Two hours later.
Being in the Navy, I'd assume it's pretty important to be truthful 100% of the time.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Has there been a time, now that being said, going into the classroom, has there been a time where you've had to lie to a class?
I mean, allegedly.
Allegedly. This is all hypothetically.
Sure, right.
All hypothetical.
What happens in the hot seat stays in the hot seat, right?
Exactly.
So if a teacher were to feel like he or she needed to stretch the truth,
You can't handle the truth!
bend the facts a little bit, it would only be if it were in the student's best interests, right? Like maybe I turned your tray around the other way before we started, just to see if it's spicy enough. Maybe I turned my own around. Maybe you don't know.
Let's hope that didn't happen. The next wing will be the hot sauce volcano roasted habanero.
Ooh.
All right, so our next question is about theater. We all know you've been involved in plays and you've done acting outside of Lakewood. How did you get involved in theater, and what would you say to students who are thinking about joining a production?
Sure. In high school, I did all the tech side of stuff. I started running a spotlight because somebody was sick or something, and I was walking by or something, coincidental. It's like, hey, you can do this. And one thing led to another, and I was designing lights and building sets and all the things on the other side, of the curtain. So I didn't do anything performance-based until much, much later, and kind of just on a whim to see if I could. and I guess I caught the bug, and you know, all the shows later, it's just a lot of fun. You know, I would call myself an introvert. I like my alone time. I have no problem with being, you know, 100% quiet in a room by myself. But I see performing on stage, whether it's acting or singing or, you know, with an instrument, as a challenge, right? And I like to overcome challenges. So, you know, another thing you asked, what would I say to students? You need to do it. You need to try it because you don't know what you don't know, you know, until you get there and you step out of your comfort zone. People who kind of talk bad about a thing, I think almost 100% of the time just don't know what they're criticizing because they haven't tried it yet.
What would you say your favorite production that you've been a part of was? Whether it was you actually in it or just helping with it.
I like a lot of shows for different reasons. I would say one of the most powerful, you know, impactful personally as a performer was a musical called Sunday in the Park with George. It didn't have a big part, but it was a very small cast, so it felt like everything that we did was more significant. Just a lot of fun. It was a summer production, Circle Theater in Grand Rapids. Yeah, just really got to sink my teeth into it. I've had the lead several times, and it's different. Sometimes the most fun you have is when you're in the chorus. You can just kind of cut loose and be one of the crowd. But the lead is also fun for its own reasons too. Sometimes you don't have time to take a break. It's just constantly going, and before you know it, the show's over.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
The next sauce is Da Bomb
Da Bomb.
Evolution. All right. So you also teach a comic book and science fiction class on top of your regular English classes. This is after admitting to you that you've been in the theater.
Sure.
Do you consider yourself a nerd?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do
It's
you
not a bad word.
Do you think people put a negative connotation on the word?
I think people put a negative connotation on lots of things they don't understand. You start caring less and less about that as you get older. I just do things I enjoy, things that I find challenging, things that I find that interest me. Comic books, sci-fi, are things that I've always liked, and I just try to pass that along. I just try to, communicate how cool a thing is and instill the love of the whatever the thing is in the room of people who are there with me, right? So
I also heard that you're a big Star Wars fan. Do you think you're more of a Star Wars fan or a Trekkie?
Trekkie, absolutely.
Trekkie?
Yeah, I mean, Star Trek predates Star Wars. My dad was a Star Trek fan first, and we watched Star Trek before Star Wars was a thing. But I mean, I love Star Wars too. Star Wars is not actually science fiction. It's space opera.
Oh,
And if you think of what a soap opera is, Star Wars is just that
but in
set in
space.
space. So Star Trek is actually science fiction, right? Yeah, Trek all the way.
What's your favorite science fiction?
Science fiction, my favorite, I mean, there's so many good things out there. I like Asimov and Heinlein for the world building. Just the giant universe that is created by the story. And I almost said the word expanse. I love the more recent storyline from that. They got picked up ultimately by Amazon, I think. But some of my favorite writing is like Ursula Le Guin. There's just so much. One of the books that we make sure to include in the sci-fi class is Red Rising, and it's a a pretty close analog to, I guess, racism, frankly. So some of the times that you think the story is one thing, it's really another. It's really showing you something different.
So it's safe to say you like your comic book and science fiction classes more than teaching regular? Or
I would say I have fun with a lot of different kinds of stories, and being able to teach sci-fi and comic books is kind of a fun thing I get to do also.
on the side.
You know, I also really like teaching a lot of the British lit stuff that we get to do. We just finished Macbeth, and I know there are probably 88 out of 88 students in English 12 right now who don't care for it, but I love it.
All right. Our next hot sauce is Sicilian scorpion.
I'd have already had Sicilian scorpion because I was messing around with them. You guys do great with these cauliflower bits. They're so crunchy. Oh, it's vegan, just in case anybody cared. Our hottest sauce
Okay.
ever.
That one was a little warm. How are you feeling?
I'm fine.
Okay, our next question. We know that you love to travel and you
Yeah.
love to cook. Do you have any favorite recipes that you've taken from abroad that you cook at home now?
I do like to find things on my travels and then be able to cook them or to make them, whatever it takes. I don't know that that's necessarily the goal. I was thinking about the connection to travel and food, and I just like to discover the new things, both the places and the food, that I haven't experienced before.
What's your favorite thing about traveling?
It's fun to just see the off the beaten path kind of a place. Enjoy yourself maybe for the first time, maybe the only time you're ever going to see something.
Yeah,
Do you like to travel?
I do. I definitely enjoyed our trip that we took this summer.
Yeah.
What's the favorite place you've visited?
On that trip, favorite new place maybe? I'd not been to the Vatican, and that was pretty special, getting to see the Sistine Chapel, and then to realize that the kind of the way that we were there, the access we had was not typical.
Yeah.
Those guided tours, even though it seemed at the time like there were so many of us, if you remember that guide said, typically she couldn't stop. They had to keep moving, and it was shoulder to shoulder, nonstop, and that they would take something like 100,000 people through that museum a day. We could stop and look and ask questions, and we had pretty unparalleled access.
All right. Are you ready for the last wing?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes. So the last part is we do a dab. We have to put an extra dab of the sauce on the wing.
I'll do as many dabs as you do.
I think I'm going to stick with one for today.
I'm so disappointed.
Oh, that's a lot.
That's a dot, not a dab.
That's a dab.
I think we need to zoom in. We need to have an official rule on the play. This is called what? The Last Dab Experience.
Yep.
Cheers.
Cheers. I feel like the other one was, thank you. I feel like the other one was worse than that.
Here's the scorpion one.
Yeah.
There's a little back end heat.
Yeah. This one, it's supposed to build, so it's supposed to get worse as time goes on. Okay. So our last and final question is, we know you run the school newspaper and are part of theater and everything, and you also play the bass. Do you ever think that you do too much?
Too much. I don't know. I mean, that's a easy thing to say no to, and mock humility, I guess, is what that engenders. But it's just really about having fun still, right? I just want to do the things that I enjoy, that are interesting,
Yeah.
possibly challenging. I still set goals for myself. I've been here a few years, but I don't think that I'm done yet. So, and playing the bass is just always fun. Every chance I get to play, especially for like dinner theater, that's just a blast. Yearbook, newspaper, I think we can always do better. There's always a different crop of students who don't know how to do it yet. So, not that they do better necessarily than the year before, but they need to figure it out on their own still too, right? So yeah.
All right. Is there anything else that you want to talk about before we wrap things up?
I mean, I think it's super fun. As soon as the camera's off, I'm gonna lick my plate clean.
Okay. I've heard that some people want to be musicians, others just play the bass.
Some people want to be musicians. Other people just play the bass. Is that kind of like some do, others teach? Yeah. I will admit that there's no such thing as a chord in bass guitar, but it is still something that takes some technique. It's more accessible, and again, I just like having fun doing it. So
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you
You
for
bet.
coming and trying all of our wings.
glad to. Maybe spicy.
We'll try.